Welcome to Lesson 5 of the course. If you finished learning about building social relationships in the previous lesson, then today's lesson will continue to help you upgrade your relationships. Let's start the lesson of Noble Personality Wealth. The lesson includes the following main sections. Part 1. What is personality? Part 2. What is a person with personality wealth like? Part 3. 9 elements of a person with personality wealth. And Part 4. How to consolidate personality. We all have wishes and dreams in life. However, there is a way to simplify the process of achieving your dreams that only some know. It is to be an individual with a noble personality wealth at first. Having a noble personality wealth is the stepping stone to raising your realm of life. So what is personality? What is it like to be a person with noble personality wealth? Let's find out. First of all, we will explore what personality is. Personality is a collection of emotional states and introspective cognition. It is expressed through the image of their mind and values for themselves and their social relationships. The values here include material and non-material ones. The focus of personality lies in your perception of yourself from the inside and the emotions expressed on the outside. Other people tend to feel the same way as whatever feelings and emotions you have. Therefore, our personality is evaluated by others. Still, it is also determined based on our perceptions and emotions. So, you can shape your own values and create corresponding social relationships. So what is a person with noble personality wealth like? An individual with noble personality wealth has a complete set of 9 emotional states and introspective cognition. It is expressed in joy, hope, faith, wisdom, gratitude, love, tolerance, humility, truthfulness to themselves, and their social relationships. These 9 factors are also the qualities of a successful person, which we learned in Lesson 2 about maturity and success. Do you remember? If we pay attention, we will see that people with noble personality wealth just need to speak and use their words to make people happy and hopeful. They also help other people increase their knowledge and raise their inner self-awareness, including gratitude, tolerance, love, humility, and truthfulness. In general, they often use the rule of 7 givings to everyone. We will go into clarifying the 9 elements of a person with noble personality wealth. Firstly, the joy. Joy is a state of inner satisfaction. This is when they have a joyful inner state and show it to the outside, making others feel that they are joyful. However, to be naturally joyful, people often have to reach a peaceful state of mind, which comes from being truthful to themselves. Only then will you simply have a joyful life. Joy has 2 manifestations, pleasure and joy. Pleasure is the state of temporary satisfaction of the greed and imagination of money, beauty, fame, eating, sleeping. Peace and joy is the state of inner awareness in which the greed and imagination of money, beauty, fame, eating, sleeping is dropped and stopped. Inner peace is an inner state that comes from being truthful to yourself. Joy is both a pleasurable emotional state and an inner peace cognitive state. For example, you have a desire to buy a luxury car, but your current financial capacity is not enough. The desire to have that car grew stronger and stronger. Suddenly, one day, you participate in a promotion program of a beverage company and win a similar car. This gives you a great inner satisfaction. It makes you really excited. This is a form of pleasure. When you've clarified your truthfulness and live with it, you have a kind of inner peace. Inner peace has no attachment to the outside events, so even without a car, you still have a light-hearted feeling. This is the joy that comes from the inner peace of your mind. The second element is hope. Hope is the state of introspective cognition that one can achieve what their mind is aiming for. A person with noble personality of hope is someone who helps others clarify their destination. It means directing, clarifying the mental image they want to aim for, and helping others realize or optimize the means so that they can get what they want. Hope is both an inner state of awareness and an outward emotion. For example, you see a lot of people having health problems. You want to help them overcome their problems. But now you don't have the expertise and knowledge of healthcare and nutrition. Therefore, you are actively looking for such training programs. Because you believe that such knowledge can help many people overcome diseases and even maintain your own health. You do hope that, after the course, you can help people have a better health like you did. This is a person with hopeful personality. The third element is faith. Individual with noble personality wealth of belief is a person with an inner state of feeling that they have already got enough resources to own what their mind is aiming for. Beliefs have two types, positive and negative beliefs. A negative belief is one that is the opposite of what we want. Here, let's clarify positive beliefs and limit talking about negative ones. Positive belief is the state of inner feeling that one has enough resources to possess what the mind is aiming for. Belief is both an internal state of awareness and an emotional state if expressed outwardly. Faith is often on a higher level than hope. To create positive trust in others, you first need to shape their mental images. Then clarify what they want to aim for. Specifically, how to achieve it, how much resources it takes to achieve, how much time and human resources, how much finance and knowledge, etc. Let's clarify the fourth element, wisdom. People with noble personality wealth of wisdom are always proactive in using wisdom levels and attitudes. They flexibly recognize when they need to use their intelligence at which level to behave and communicate in life. They also know when to actively use gratitude, tolerance, or inner peace. People with wisdom have a joyful, simple, and trusting life. They don't always insist on satisfying their own greed and imagination to be happy, but always have the inner peace of mind. People with noble personality wealth of wisdom don't only stand on arising problems, but they can also teach others by helping raise people's inner awareness and level of wisdom. To have a genuinely different noble personality, you must focus on wisdom as the foundation. Why? Because many people with the right career in life can fulfill factors such as love, joy, humility, faith, hope, gratitude, tolerance, and inner peace. But when you help people raise their inner awareness and open their minds, people will always remember you first. Because when you bring wisdom to people, they will transform their lives. So, if you want to be someone who shares knowledge, you should note that personality focuses on wisdom. The fifth element is gratitude. People with noble personality wealth of gratitude always show emotion in anything people give or help them. People with this personality are always grateful for what they have, even for what society supports and favors for them. Being sincerely grateful also takes inner awareness as the foundation to reveal true feelings outside. People who are rich in the personality of gratitude will no longer have the habit of resenting things and people. They are also wary of the formation of obviousness from the inner self. If you forget this point, please review the intermediate classes lesson 4, Understanding Gratitude. Next is the sixth element, tolerance. People with a noble personality wealth of tolerance will respect and understand the differences of others in customs, life concepts, beliefs, religions, etc. They will accept others to do things they disapprove of, but within a certain limit, to raise their self-consciousness towards goodness. A person with a noble personality wealth of tolerance has an inner state that is not attached to anything from external circumstances. It is a state where greed and imagination are stopped. The inner state is also not attached to others' behavior. That is, do not blame for the mistakes of others, nor your own. You can also see that tolerant people always show a very light and simple spiritual life. The energy of tolerance is also a form of electromagnetic energy from inner peace. People with noble personality wealth of love often have tolerance and are always ready to contain the good transformation of people in their hearts. A person with love will have respect for others, sharing, integrity, and tolerance for themselves, their family, organization, and society. Respect is an inner state of awareness in the emotion layer of the human structure. This state leads to verbal or non-verbal behaviors that create positive emotions for others. Sharing is also a state of inner awareness in the emotional layer of the human structure. This state leads to behavior towards mutual benefit or loss, both materially and spiritually. Integrity is uprightness and honesty, manifesting in the process of communication. To have integrity, you must remove the habit of self-labeling and be truthful. In conclusion, love is both an outside emotion and an inner state of awareness. The eighth element is humility. A person with a noble personality, wealth of humility, always encourages others. They are always aware that others have better points than them and know how to rise and bow at the right time. They are always directly or indirectly thankful for the guidance and help of many others. Humility is the perception of other people. Therefore, you cannot consider yourself as having humility. You can also review the topic of humility in Lesson 3 of this class. The final element of noble personality is truthfulness. Truthfulness is something that does not change through space and time. Truthfulness is a cognitive state. The one with this noble personality is aware that he is listening, knowing, seeing, and speaking without being affected by emotion and personality. The person who achieves their truthfulness can stop their greed and imagination and live with inner peace. He will see human phenomena as problem-free and always live in the present. To summarize, noble personality wealth focuses on how you feel and perceive yourself, and then express it outside for others to think of you as you feel. Inner feelings and outward expressions must be consistent. So how do you know that you have noble personalities inside? Firstly, you must wholly understand the concept of noble personality, which is the 9 elements mentioned above. Secondly, you will pay attention to those who have these noble personalities. You will be able to grow these personalities from the inside if you appreciate and acknowledge them. After that, we gradually promote those personalities to everyone whenever possible. It means that to have noble personalities, we must daily create and live in such an environment. And here are the tips to transform into noble personalities instantly. Firstly, be tolerant of yourself and others. Temporarily stop being greedy and imaginative about yourself and others. Secondly, regain the truthfulness within yourself and live with inner peace. Thirdly, be grateful to everyone around you without demanding anything from them. Fourthly, the main focus of noble personality is wisdom. When you bring wisdom to people, they will transform their own lives. Fifth, in terms of humility, first of all, it is good only to need family members and people in the organization to admit that you are humble. Then you can direct humility to many people in society. A noble personality is at the heart of a long-term relationship. So you can keep in mind these 3 things in your daily social interactions. Use words to give joy, hope, faith, and wisdom. Use love to handle situations through gratitude and love. Use tolerance, humility, and truthfulness to consolidate the noble personality wealth. Guys, that's the end of our lesson. Please take a few minutes to watch the video over and over again. At the same time, you should also look at yourself and those around you to see if there is anyone with noble personality to learn from. Setting a goal to pursue noble personality wealth for yourself and, more importantly, for your children is crucial. See you in the next advanced class of this course.